again. So we can start. Sorry for the delay, guys. So Katia, I'm going to talk to the coordinator. So maybe tomorrow or Wednesday you can give the test. Okay. So thank you. And well, guys, hello. I'm back here. We can start working. For the things of the English day, we are going to have a general meeting tomorrow, Maria Jose and Genesis, okay? So tomorrow around 1 p.m., we are going to have the first practice, just to practice pronunciation, so to give general indications so you know what are we going to work and what are we going to do on the English day, okay? Juan and Victor, please remember I need your cameras on, please. Your camera should be on. Julio, the same story. Thanks a lot. And let me open the book and hope for this not to break again. So let me open it. Get your book, please. Remember, we were working on page number 6, I guess was the last one we worked. And remember, every class you need to send me the picture, take the picture on the notebook about the activity we did. Remember, like, be careful on the fact that I cannot like read that deeply. So your picture has to be really clear so I can see what did you write, and the spaces are very tiny, so you have to write very little letters. Your handwriting have to be this size. So try to get the picture clear so I can really see what are the mistakes and what are the things that you are putting on as answers. I need Victor and Julio to have their cameras on so I can continue with the class. So please, let's go. Here we are, let's start working on welcome, which is, remember, our first unit, which includes a lot of topics, remembering or preparing ourselves for the next unit where we are going to start checking different topics. We were 4, we were 6, we were this one. Here we have lost things. We are going to read a story, very important, and we're going to pay a lot of attention to some of the vocabulary words it is pronouncing or it is showing. Okay, let me get the red light. Read the story and answer to the question. What was in the wrong container? What was in the wrong container? So, Genesis Campuzano, start reading, please.
People often complain about airline companies. Wait a minute.
Airline. About an airline. So go.
Okay, teacher, sorry. Our people often complain about airline companies losing their suitcase when they fly. It's never happened to me, but something a lot worse happened to my family recently. Sigo.
Continue, yes.
About 10 years ago, my mom got a job teaching at an university in Indonesia. At first, she only...
Until that part, thanks a lot. Justin Castillo, keep on reading, please.
At first, she only went for 6 months, but she really liked it and agreed to stay longer. So we half went to live with her. We had a great time, but last year my parents decided that they went to return to take UK because when we there so long. We had lot of things we wanted
Wanted.
want
Yeah, good.
wanted to take, but we use all the for
Furniture.
furniture from our house. In fact,
So, thanks, Justin. Thanks a lot. People often complain about airline companies losing their suitcases when they fly. It's never happened to me, but something a lot worse happened to my family recently. About 10 years ago, my mom got a job teaching at a university in Indonesia. At first, she only went for 6 months, but she really liked it and agreed to stay longer. So we all went to live there. We had a great time, but last year, my parents decided that they wanted to return to UK. Because we've been there so long, we had loads of things we wanted to take back with us. All the furniture from our house, in fact. Justin Jaramillo, continue reading, please.
So mom and dad went to a shipping company and arranged to take every,
Arranged.
arranged to take
Good.
everything back in one of those big containers that you see on ships. The
Thanks,
company
Justin. Thanks a lot. Aratza, continue reading, please. The company
The company
packed
packed everything into in it the ¿cómo dice la palabra?
armchair,
Armchair and sofas. The TV, wardrobe,
wardrobes,
wardrobe, decks, even all the carpets and curtains. Let me see.
curtains,
Our whole house was inside the big
inside,
green metal box that
big metal box. Excellent, Aratza. Thank you. Emilia, continue, please.
We fly what to the
UK
¿cómo se dice? UK and
waited,
wait for the container to
arrive.
about about to them when
10 weeks later,
there with later with having having breakfast. One morning
when
we a bit worried Lord
arrive
arrived
outside.
outside our our house on
Thanks,
the
Emilia. Thanks a lot. Maria Jose, continue reading, please.
we were so excited. The man opened the container and started to take container was full of motorbikes.
Take out our things.
Concerning and start to take how our things, but the warrants or things, the container was full of motorbikes. It was the ground one. My parents were so
Annoyed.
annoyed, but the story has happy ending.
Thank you.
The man,
Juan, read the final sentences, please. Thanks, Maria Jose. Juan, microphone on, and read, please.
The man took the container and motorbike
about 2 months
Ago,
ago, all the things finally
our
arrived.
things finally arrived.
All the things
Finally arrived.
finally arrived.
Excellent. Thanks a lot. So, Mom and Dad went to a shipping company and arranged to take everything back in one of those big containers that you see on the ships. The company packed everything into it. The armchair, the sofas, the wardrobes, the desk, and even carpets and curtains. Our whole house was inside that big green metal box. We flew back to the UK and waited for the container to arrive. About 10 weeks after later, we were having breakfast one morning when a big lorry arrived in our house. On the back was a green metal box. We were so excited. The man opened the container and started to take our things. They weren't our things. The container was full of motorbikes and it was the wrong one. My parents were so annoyed, but the story has a happy ending. The men took the container and motorbikes away, and about 2 months ago, our things finally arrived. So, let's answer the question. I need Katia, tell me, what was in the wrong container? They were waiting for parts of the house, right? So what was in fact inside the container when the container arrived? They were expecting this, right? This is what they were expecting. No lo recibieron. What did they receive then? Can you tell me? Microphone on. Do you know?
Please repeat the question, please, teacher.
What was in the wrong container? What was in the container that is not correct? The incorrect container. What do they receive on that incorrect container? Angel, do you have an idea?
No, teacher.
Really? Pay
Really.
attention, guys. Look, but they weren't our things. The container was full of, what do they have on the container?
Motorbikes.
Motorbikes. Excellent. Very good. Thank you. Motorbikes. Okay, that's what we find on the wrong container. The one that was not correct had motorbikes. So read the story again and match. When did Liam's mom start her job in Indonesia? When did the family move to Indonesia? How long did they stay there? When did they decide to move back to the UK? How long after they were back in the UK did the first container arrive? And when did the correct container finally arrive? What day? Or how long after? Okay, so Victor, tell me, what's the answer for number 1? Or wait, I will leave you a chance to read one more time, okay? Read this text individually. Read this text individually. Let me make it. About 10 years ago, and pay attention, okay? 12 p.m. 12 p.m. we start answering the questions. You have 5 minutes to read. If you don't know the meaning of a word, ask me, please. Let me know, okay? 5 minutes to read, go. Okay, Aratza, try to get the charger, okay? Okay, guys, finish reading. And you have 4 more minutes. Okay, Yaratza, go and I will let you in, okay? Two minutes to finish. Okay, guys, 5 minutes have passed. So we're gonna go
Miss,
to, yes. Uh-huh. Tell me what happened. Who is it? Okay. It says, read the story again. We did. And answer the questions. Use the word in brackets to your answer. These are the words in brackets. Ago, later, about, last, about, and ago. It says, when did Liam's mom started her job in Indonesia? Yeah, it's okay. When did Liam's mom start her job in Indonesia?
6 years, mom.
10 years ago. Very good. That's what we use, ago. 10 years ago. She started her job 10 years ago. Very good. Genesis, number 2. Can you tell me what's the answer? When did the family move to Indonesia? Can you tell me?
I don't know, teacher. One moment.
Okay. Let's see. Better in this way, okay? When did Liam's mom start? About 10 years ago. There we go. Genesis, better. When did the family move to Indonesia? 6 months later, last year, about 10 weeks, about 2 months, or 9 or 10 years?
I think that last year.
Last year, are you sure? Let's check the text, okay. 10 years ago, 6 months, but she really liked it and agreed to stay longer. We all went to live together. But last year, they returned. That's what they do on the next year. Return to the house. Mhm. 6 months later, right? 6 months later, they decided to live with her mom, everyone in Indonesia. Okay. Iker, number 3. How long did they stay there? How long? ¿Cuánto tiempo? How long? How much distance in time there are between the time when they had to go? Iker, microphone on. Last year, about 10 weeks, or about 2 months, or 9 or 10 years? How long? How much time? How many hours? How many days? How many months were they on that place?
About 10 weeks.
Probably. Let's find out on the text. So it says, we had a great time. We were there so long. We had lots of things to take back with us and the furniture for in fact. How long? Well, the exercise is different in this case. We will have to do it writing. No, not like this. We will have to do it writing. Better. So 10 years ago, when the movies moved to Indonesia, later they moved to Indonesia. How long did they stay there? For how long? Let me see. company pack everything, the chairs and so on. So, give me a second. Okay, here we are. So, when did Liam's mom start her job in Indonesia? About 10 years ago. God. There we are. When did the family move to Indonesia? 6 months later. How long did they stay there? They stayed there for about 6 months, they say, right? When did they decide to move back? Last year. How long after they were back in the UK did the first container arrive? About 10 weeks after that. And finally, when did the correct container arrive? About 2 months ago. Yeah, I know internet was a mess for some people today. I really don't know why, but I understand. So that is, in this case, remember we are asking for the specific amount of time, about 10 years, 6 months later, 9 or 10 years, last year, or about 10 weeks, or about 2 months, okay? We have a specific amount of time, okay? So this is how we use about and later. Later at the end, about at the beginning. And remember, we say about, because, but it is like taking as a summary of it. It's not exactly 10 years, but about 10 years. The same with about 9 to 10 years. You don't remember exactly, but you know that is the correct answer in this case. So copy the answers, please. Copy the answers here. Copy the correct answers in here. So now we can. Liam's start 10 years ago. When did the family move to Indonesia? 6 months later. How long did it stay there? A lot. When did they decide to move back to UK? Last year. How long after they were back in the UK did the first container arrive? 10 weeks after that. And finally, when did the container finally arrive? About 2 months ago. That's what she says on her answers, okay? Here we have the correct answers, although the questions were kind of confusing. Here we can find the answers, okay? Finish this activity, copy the answers. The ones that don't have the book, copy the answers. Anyone else? ¿Alguien compró el libro this weekend? Maybe. Did you? No? Okay, no problem. Okay. 5 minutes to go. Oh my God. Well, finish copying the answers, guys. Everyone is supposed to have the answers. Remember, if you don't have the book, what you need to do is to copy this on your notebook. Copy these answers in your notebook. Okay, let's move on. We have 5 more minutes. I think we can finish. It says, write a short story about something you lost. Use these questions to help you. When did it happen? What was it? Where did you lose it? What did you do? How did you feel? And did you find it? If so, when and where? Yeah, that's the only activity you are going to do. Write a short story, yes. So that writing part, write a short story about something you lost. Use these questions to help you. Write that information, write that short story, one paragraph only, one paragraph, in your portfolio, only on the portfolio. Toma de ahí mismo el portafolio que lo tiene hecho, toma la captura y me la envía. Just that, okay? Anything else? For example, last year, when did it happen? Last year. What was it? Last year, I lost my cell phone, my new cell phone, in the taxi that I was driving in, or in the taxi that I was being driven, right? What did I do? Call the taxi driver to see if he had my phone. How did I feel? I feel terrible, I feel sad, and I felt irresponsible for losing my new phone. Did you find it? No, I never found my phone, and it was very, very sad. So, very simple. Genesis, tell me your question.
Teacher, I don't know how I do the portfolio because I don't have rubric or example that I don't know how I do the portfolio.
Okay, how do we manage the portfolio? Let me stop the class and I can explain that better in Spanish. Okay, thanks a lot.